Hi friends, Debbie here with Debbie Gets Crafty, and we are continuing our Fun with Mini Pictures series. It's our door series, and I thought last week I mentioned that I would like to do a blue door in honor of my mom because she liked the color blue. So let's get started. We'll peel back the paper, and I hope you're all doing well today. I am doing great. I'm just getting some wax ready, and I have my favorite pen that my twin sister gave me. It's got beautiful colors in it that I think match these doors. So let's get started. There we go. Okay, I have my colors all laid out. I start from the lower left corner and work my way over. So let's start with the letter X, which is a pretty purple color. This little patch of what I think are flowers go there. Let me just put my pen down so I can open up this bag of drills. And we'll pour a few out and get started, okay? Here we go. Give this a little shake off camera. Excellent. It is 5:30 on a Saturday morning when I'm filming this, so please forgive my morning froggy voice, and let's go ahead and get started. All right, here we go. First drill down, and of course this is a set of square miniature pictures. They are square drills. Which I have a confession to make with the square drills. As I've said in past videos in this series, I have grown to really enjoy working with the squares on a smaller level. And I am currently working on a set of pictures, miniature pictures that are of tattoos, tattoo designs. Those actually use round drills, and I have to admit, the pictures are beautiful. I think I would rather use square drills for all my miniature pictures. So when I place another order with Temu, I'm going to make sure that my pictures, I purposely picked the tattoo design. Like I said, it's 5:30 in the morning. I purposely picked the pictures of the tattoos designs because they had round drills, and I wanted to try the pictures with round drills. I'd much rather do the miniature pictures with square drills. I've said it. I have admitted it. So, there we go. Our first color is done. So I'll go with the next color, and like I said, I have all my colors laid out. So I'll go with the color that's for symbol V. It's like a creamy color. So I'll go ahead, pour a few drills down. All right, do a little shaky here. There we go. So that is my aha moment. Like I said, I only like doing squares on small miniature pictures. I couldn't do them on a larger picture. But anyway, and I do not use a light pad with my squares either. I would make myself crazy straightening them out. I make myself crazy now straightening them out, and I'm not using a light pad. So it is early on a Saturday morning. The weather here finally has broke. The heat wave is over. Thank goodness. We went through 30 days straight of temperatures in the 90s and above, with feels like temperatures, counting the humidity, feeling like at least 105. So it is a welcome break. We have temperatures today that will hit around mid-80s. And I'll tell you, it will make a difference. I am planning on sitting outside on my back deck to enjoy my coffee this morning. And I told Todd and Judy that's where I would be. And they thought that was a fine idea. So, when it's time for coffee, all three of us will be sitting out on our back deck. Spoto will be able to play in the backyard. We just had the grass mowed yesterday. So, Todd might do a little cooking on the Blackstone griddle, either for breakfast or for dinner tonight. We have to run to Walmart real quick. Judy wants to pick up some notebooks for work, and I'd like to pick up some notebooks for work. And a couple of odds and ends that we normally pick up at Walmart. There's 3 more. There we go. Just scoping out to see if there's any more before I put this last couple of drills down. I don't see any more of the letter V. That was nearly the perfect pour, friends. I have one more left. One drill. There we go. We'll put that drill away. A little ASMR for you. There we go. And the letter P, which is this really cute pink color. And that is peppered along the picture. So I'll pour out a little bit more. There we go. All right. Shake her up. I think one flew the nest. Nope. Okay, I thought I had one pop out of the boat. Okay. Here we go. Continuing on. There we are. Just like that. Yeah, blue is my mom's favorite color. She had the prettiest blue eyes, too. There we go. All right. Pardon me, I have to adjust my seat, my leg. Okay, so we've completed this little patch down here, and I've noticed up around the door there's some more of the letter P. So I'll go ahead and place wherever we see the letter P, we'll place our drill. So my husband, now you'll be seeing this I'm filming this on August 2nd. You'll be seeing this in a week or so. But my husband, in July, he had jury duty. Now, for folks in Tennessee, jury duty lasts the whole month. If you're selected for jury duty, you have to report the whole month. Or at least you have to go online or call in to see if you have to report to the courthouse. So, my husband was selected for jury duty. He served last month. He was picked for a jury and served on a jury for an attempted murder case. The third day in of the case, it was declared a mistrial because one of the defendants did not show up for court that day. So they were dismissed because it was a mistrial. So he kept going, online for a few days after that. He didn't have to report back to the courthouse until the following Monday. He was told he had to report back to the courthouse. And this time, he was being the case that they were going to try was a murder case. It was a murder. It was people were held against their will. It was just it was a big one. It was a good sized case. Well, he happened to be dismissed for that one. So he had to go online again each night to see if he had to report back to court. Well, lo and behold, he had to go back for a third time. And the case was for, it was a civil case this time. And it was about a gentleman who passed away who left all his money to his daughter. And his sister didn't like that. So she was taking the daughter to court. So, but he didn't have to sit for that one either. He was dismissed for that as well. And then the month of July ended and he didn't have to go back. So, but three times he had to report to the courthouse. And once he got picked for a case, so that was pretty neat. Now, he won't get picked. His name will not be put back into the pool of potential jurors for 2 years here in Tennessee. After 2 years, they could put his name back into the pool to be picked. So, very fascinating. I told him I would love to do an interview with him sometime. He can't talk too much about the case, but he could talk about his experience. And that's what I would love to talk to him about and do an interview. He said he wouldn't do that. But a girl can dream, right? A girl can dream. I think that would be fascinating. I've never been called for jury duty, And I know this sounds weird, but I was a bit jealous. I wish I could be called. I find that all very fascinating, how that all works. The process of it all. And he told me, he said, you know, after he was dismissed, he said, I don't know, you know, why I was dismissed. He said, but honestly, I was a little sad because that looked like it was going to be a really interesting case. And he would have loved to have been able to, you know, and honored to sit on that jury and listen to that. But he was not picked. And in a way, it's a good thing because it probably would have taken him into August. So he would have been having to serve far longer than a month for jury duty. But that's actually what's been going on around here. Not much, except for that, which is enough, if you ask my husband. And it threw poor Spoto all off, because Todd would have to leave the house at 7:30 in the morning, and he wasn't getting home until after 4, close to 5 o'clock at night. So, and while Judy and I worked during the day, that meant Spoto had to stay in his, you know, kennel for a little bit of time. The good thing is that lunch breaks and regular breaks for Judy and I coincide so well that Spoto never had to spend more than maybe an hour and a half in his kennel at a time. And then somebody was springing him to let him out and stretch his legs and go outdoors for, you know, a nature break. And then both Judy and I each get an hour lunch, which when her lunch ends, my lunch begins. So he would have 2 full hours of being out of his kennel. And then as soon as Todd came home, you know, Todd would let him out of his kennel. But it really messed up with, because he felt some separation anxiety, Spoto did, and well, Todd probably did too. But Spoto had a little, you know, separation anxiety with Todd being gone so much, and so his tummy got a little upset now and again. But he's doing much better now. Much better. I think I'll move over to this side and work there for a little while. There we go. That's really all that's the most exciting thing that's been happening. The heat wave and Todd having to go to court for jury duty. And listen, friends, if that's the most exciting thing that happens, I'm in. I am all the way in. I live a very boring life and I love it. I don't need to be on the go all the time. Work has me busy enough, so enjoying quiet time and downtime with my family when I'm not working is exciting enough for me. There we go. Oh, she's coming out nice. Checking my battery. Making sure that's good. And we got some juice left on it before I have to change it. I hope you're liking this series. I really am enjoying bringing it to you. I forgot how much it was to film and to bring you videos. It's been a while. I took a little hiatus, but I'm back. There we go. Continuing on, we have, this is almost like ivy running up and around the door. Which I think is so pretty. There we go. Okay. It's now pre-season for the NFL, which I love, professional football. So I'm excited about that. My husband and I both are very excited about that. I don't know if you know, but we are Buffalo Bills fans. Go Bills. There we go. Pardon me while I adjust. There we go. My chair. So we'll continue to work up and around. There we go. Okay, if you hear the fan in the background, I am sorry, but even though we're out of the heat wave, it's still very warm out. So I have a fan running. So we're just continuing with the green for the letter K around the picture. There we go. Todd went to, during the summertime, there's this elderly woman who has a little farm stand on the side of the road that she sets up. And she's got zucchini and tomatoes and melons and things like that. And gosh, this is like, I think, the third year that he's gone. Maybe it's maybe more, I don't know. At least 3 years he's been going to her every summer. And she got the greatest, he's gotten some nice tomatoes there. We like to get watermelon from her. We like to get cantaloupe from her. And she had orange and yellow watermelon. So last week Todd said, if my friend, this elderly lady, is out this week when I go out to do the grocery shopping, I think I might pick up an orange or a yellow watermelon. He said, this lady mentioned that she liked the orange the best, the orange watermelon. She said that it's sweeter. So he said, I think that's what I'll pick up. And he got one. So I think this weekend we'll be trying orange watermelon for the first time. He tried it and he said it's really good. He said it practically melts in your mouth. It's so nice and sweet and really delicious. So I'm looking forward to that. Trying something new. He picked up some yellow squash from her yesterday as well. It's that time of year where he likes to make his own little concoction using different, like, squash and zucchini and stuff. He'll cut it up and put it in a frying pan and cook it down with some stewed tomatoes, and he makes himself a little, like almost a little vegetable stew type deal. And he eats that as a side dish at dinner time. I'm not a fan, so he can enjoy that. I'm not sure, he might put mushrooms and stuff in it. He does all kinds of stuff. Whatever he can get his hands on, he'll put it in. Make his little, I call it a little zucchini stew. Or squash stew. But we are in August. That is crazy. The Tour de France is over with. That was a great tour this year. Tadej Pogačar won the yellow jersey, won the overall, so that was neat. Alright friends, we are done with the letter K, this pretty green, and we'll go on to the next color that I wanted to do, which is the letter D, which is a pretty little lime green. Looking at the battery level, we're doing good. I have all my batteries all charged up and ready to go. I've noticed that I usually have to make one battery change while I'm filming these in their entirety, so I have my batteries on standby. And I just found a drill from the last color, so I'll just put that away. There we go. Okay, here we go. Continuing on. See how that contrasts nicely with that darker green. That looks really pretty. Little pop of bright color. I am enjoying this set. I said before, you know, if there was one critique that I could give, it would be that the drills are a little small for the size of the place where they're supposed to fit. That happens. I'm having that same issue with the round drills that I'm using for the tattoo designs that I'm working on. Those seem to be a little small. But listen, I'm not going to complain. I'm diamond painting. I'm enjoying it. That's what counts. I said it before, I'll say it again. Diamond painting is not supposed to stress you out. It's supposed to relax you. And that's exactly what this does. Last weekend, Judy ordered from Temu a game that she played with friends of hers in Florida called Train, or Mexican Train. I call it Train. And it's a game that you play with dominoes. And she kept saying how much she wanted us to play this game Train. And so she got the game, she bought the game, and we played it last weekend. How much fun we had. Oh my gosh. So much fun that Judy and I played it. We played it, Todd played on Saturday, so it was the three of us. And then Sunday, Judy and I played, because you can play with 2 players. Oh my gosh. And then last night, Friday night, after dinner, Judy and I sat and played a game of Train. It's really neat. It's a lot of fun. There we go. Filling in this outer, what I think is like ivy. There we go. Filling it in. Last drill for the letter D. There we go. That looks really cute so far. My morning froggy voice. Pardon me. All right, moving on. We're going to go with with the number 9. It's this yellow color. That'll be a pop of color on this little door. We don't need that many, about 5, 9, about 9 colors. 9 drills, rather. I think I poured just a couple more than I needed, but that's okay. All right, here we go. Start right there. Love the little pops of color, the bright color. And each one of these take quite a few of the colors. This one took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 colors to do this small door. I think it came with 32 colors. So that's pretty neat. And they come out really nice. I'm pleased with them. There we go, and I had one left over. All right. All right. Our next color, I think we'll tackle the letter L. Right here. There's quite a bit of the letter L. That's the frame of the door or the siding of the house. So we'll pour out quite a bit of the letter L. It's almost a rust color, really pretty. There you go. Nice color. All right, moving on. Just checking my battery life. Like I said, I have batteries ready to go. The camera that I use is a Sony video camera, and I was really lucky when Todd actually gifted it to me. When I first got it, I actually looked on Amazon for replacement batteries because I wanted to have more than one battery, and I got a really good deal that gave me 3 batteries and a charger, and it was like $13. I couldn't believe it. I hopped on that deal really quick, and it looks like the old battery is about to go, so let me go ahead and make a quick change. And we're back. All right. So I got a really good deal, like $13, and I got the little charger. I got 3 more batteries. So with the battery that came with the camera and the 3 other batteries, 4 batteries, and that is really good. So I'm really happy with that. Which, if I'm filming for a while, really helps. Because with just a couple of quick seconds, I can get the battery changed. And it just saves a lot of time. And I love this little Sony camera. This little video camera. I've had it since almost the beginning of my YouTube channel. And it's really been a great camera. I can't hook up a separate microphone for it. That's the only drawback. But I have to say, the microphone that comes with it, it's a great quality. I mean, a great quality microphone. But I would love to have the opportunity to hook up a different microphone because I've always wanted to do a little bit of ASMR. So I don't know. I mean, it would probably pick up pretty good. We're going to give it a shot. We're going to do a video coming up in the not so distant future, trying a little ASMR. Which brings me to my next topic. I wasn't going to really touch on it yet, but why not? We have time, right? I really want to try to take my channel in a slightly different direction. I mean, let's face it, the only crafting that I do really is the diamond painting and occasionally, you know, other crafts, but I don't regularly do different crafting. So, I'm thinking about a name change for my channel. I'm thinking about what direction I want my channel to go in moving forward, you know, since we do a lot of different things. We do the cooking, we do, you know, the reviews, we do family time, coffee talk, along with diamond painting and some crafting. But I'd like to try to reach you know, some more folks out there to try to grow my channel. So, and that's why I want to do some videos on, sorry friends, some videos on my record collection and things like that, you know, just life. So, I'm trying to figure out a name for my channel. Trying to figure out what, you know, what it looks like moving forward. I'll still, of course, be doing diamond painting. Absolutely. Maybe some cross stitch here and there, maybe a latch hook video here and there. But there's other things that I do that I share on the channel that, you know, I love to do as well. And I'd like to start maybe doing that a little bit more, you know, the grocery hauls and all that jazz. So, and if you heard my stomach growl, I apologize. And I have dabbled in ASMR before, but, you know, Judy and I have been toying around with the idea of doing some more ASMR. So that's what we are thinking about. And it's just not me, it's, you know, I have Judy thinking about it, I have Todd thinking about it, because they're both involved in my videos as well. So, and in the channel. So I want their input as well. And your input as well. So if you have an opinion that you would like me to take under consideration, post it in the comments below. What do you think? Maybe if you have a suggestion for a new name for my channel, what do you think about the concept of doing things a little differently? Because I really do enjoy it, bringing you videos. But I want to do it a little differently. There we go. Sorry if the camera moves when because I think I'm hitting the arm of the camera stand. Let me just shake this up a little bit. Oh, I'm leaning down, so. Okay. There we go. That's where my head is at lately. When I think about my channel. Just think about doing something different. And there's nothing wrong with that. Honestly, I think the time away that I took kind of woke me up. And because I've been feeling a little stale, you know. Feels like doing the same old, and I want to do something a little different. And I know myself, speaking from experience, I enjoy many different channels here on YouTube, many different creators. So I thought, you know what, let's try something different. And listen, if it doesn't work, I can always go back to, you know, just crafting and peppering in other videos here and there. But I want to try something different, even if it's for a little while. And if it feels like it's right, then we'll keep it. If it feels like it's not doing what I want it to do for myself, for my subscribers, well, then we'll rethink it. But I at least want to give it a try. Alright, so we only have a little bit more to do on the lower portion here with that brown color, this rust color. So we'll go ahead and finish that up, and then we'll continue on. I think we're going to start with the colors in the door after this brown color. I've dabbled with the idea of doing some diamond painting, but doing a voiceover, reading a book. You know, each week we could go through however large the book may be, maybe a chapter or so, while I diamond paint. So I'm looking into that as well. I can't there's certain, you know, copyright issues, so I need to look into that before I even approach that subject. So there we go. We are done with the letter L. This is really coming along nicely. And I think we are going to start with the door next, with the blue in the door. So let's get this color packaged back in. A couple of them landed on my crafting table, so there we go. I call this a pretty periwinkle blue. I think it's a really pretty color. It's the letter F, and it's outlining the door frame, the door itself. So we will start here. These videos have been longer videos because I've been doing the picture from start to finish, each of these little miniature doors. So I hope you're enjoying that as well. I am enjoying it a great deal because I get to spend more time with my friends. It's been far too long. But I am back. I am making an honest effort to try to bring more regular content. Let's see here. Just continue around the door. Just continuing around that door. Tell you what I'd love to do. I'd love to go to a yard sale. My husband and I, when we lived in New York, we would take a weekend and just drive around looking for different yard sales, garage sales. We've done that here too since we've been in Tennessee. And I love it. I love it. You just take a morning and just, we call it garage sailing or yard sailing. And you just drive up and down different roads in your area. Sometimes, you know, we'll see an ad like in Facebook or our local neighborhood website, you know, yard sale coming up on such and such a day, such and such a weekend. Todd and I'll make plans to drive around and go to that yard sale and then try to hit, you know, the neighborhood, see if there's anything else going on as far as yard sales go. I miss doing that. I love yard sailing. So much fun. And you make a morning of it. Just a couple hours out and about, taking a nice drive around the neighborhood. It's been so hot though. I mean, I don't think anybody's had a yard sale, and if they did, I don't know if, you know, they've had any success. But maybe since the weather broke, maybe we'll start looking around, see if there's any yard sales going on. Todd and I used to love to go to flea markets too. We love going to flea markets. I collect Norman Rockwell, and that's how I obtained most of my collection, was through flea markets. Most of my plate collection for Norman Rockwell that I have hanging in my coffee room, a lot of those plates came from yard sales. Not yard sales, I'm sorry. A few of them did, but a lot of them came from flea markets. Some came from gifts. My mom gave me a beautiful Norman Rockwell plate. Todd's given me many Norman Rockwell plates. So there's always something I scope out, you know, I'm on the lookout for. When I go yard sailing, when I go to flea markets. Now that I'm back into listening to vinyl records, I have my own. Todd gave me a record player, so I've been collecting vinyl records. I like to go to flea markets and to yard sales and garage sales and look at their selection of records. So hopefully now that I don't know how long this break in the weather is going to last. Probably not long. I mean, it is August after all, the dog days of summer, so it'll probably warm up soon enough. But hopefully come September, we'll start to feel some milder temperatures. And then maybe we can get out and take a nice long ride. Do a little yard sailing. It's a lot of work to put on a garage sale or a yard sale. It eats up your weekend. You have to get up super early. If you say your sale starts at 8 o'clock in the morning, you better be setting everything up at 6 o'clock. I'm not kidding, because you will have people arriving way before you're supposed to start. Those early birds, man, oh man, they want to be there first. They want to pick over everything before everybody else gets there. And then you have your little spurts of people showing up in little clumps and clusters, and then you get your dead times, your dead spots. But it is a commitment. If you're going to have a yard sale, it is a commitment. Todd and I, when we lived in Kentucky, before we moved to Florida, we had a moving sale, almost like a garage/yard sale, because we were downsizing from a 2-bedroom house to a 1-bedroom apartment in Florida. And so we really had to downsize our stuff. So we had this moving sale, and it lasted a weekend. We did it Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And that was a lot of work. And like I said, these folks that are, retired, they get out super early. So you better be, ready. That weekend, I just wanted to get rid of as much stuff as I could. If it wasn't nailed down and if it stood next to me long enough, I was going to try to sell it. So now, ever since then, when we got to Florida and stuff, Todd would look for something. Honey, do you know where so-and-so is? Such and such? Yeah, I sold it at the yard sale. So it's become a running joke with he and I. If he can't find something, oh, Debbie must have sold it at the yard sale. I couldn't help it. I was a lady on a mission. I knew exactly what we needed to move to Florida, and I knew what I needed to move out of that house before I left. And mission accomplished. So, and then some. Oh my gosh. Oh, I still have all that to do. Here I am yapping away. But yeah, you have to be super early. You have to, you have to start getting ready, everything ready early, super early. And the one thing that bothered me, and it shouldn't, because, that's what folks do, is they try to, squeeze whatever they could out of you. And I didn't mind, talking about, lowering the price of something. But I mean, sometimes some of these people would come up with these numbers, and I thought, what are you talking about? No, 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 no. Like, they would just go, I mean, I guess that's part of their strategy. Start really low and then we'll work our way to the middle. But I didn't know that at the time. That was my very first yard sale. So I thought, man, oh man, are you kidding me? These people, they want something for nothing. And a lot of times they do. But some of their numbers that they were coming up with were just crazy. There we go. So we're done with that number or letter or color, whatever you'd like to call it. Now I'm going to go to the number 5, which is the black color. And we only have a few of those, so we'll just get those out of the way real quick. What do we have? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, maybe 14. Okay. I'm just going to pour a few out. Just a few and see how it goes. They're all peppered throughout. So we'll start down here. There's one right there. Yeah, I don't want to, I mean, I'm not saying I would never have another yard sale, excuse me, or garage sale, but whew, that is a lot of work. So, other than that, that's what's going on in my little world. There we go. I think that's all the 5s that I needed to do. Yep. So now we'll go on to the letter Y, which is another blue color. Pardon. This is a pretty blue color. Almost looks like Carolina blue. There we go. I know I dropped a drill then. All right, here we go. So we only have, after this color, 3 more colors to do. And between this one and the next blue, that's a majority of the picture, so things should start getting a little, moving a little faster. Come on. They'd move really nice and fast if I could pick the drill up. Let me just check my pen. Yeah, I think it's time for a refill on the old wax. So we'll bring over my little pad of wax that I have. Put a little wax on the bottom of the pen. There we go. Get a little mash down in there. There. And away we go. Let's see how this goes. A little bit better, I hope. Yep, much better. I see a lot of folks out there started using the pens that have the little vacuum on them so they don't have to use wax anymore. That's a neat idea. If there's a company out there that would like me to try one, I would be willing to review it. Oh, heavens. All right, moving along. There we go. Continuing onward. There we go. Now's the time in the painting here that I get quiet. I don't have any television on or anything like that, so I just get quiet. I like to listen, well, I don't like to listen to the sound of my stomach growling, but I like to listen to the sound of the pen. Placing the drill on the picture, that familiar little pop. Looks like I had a little power glitch for a moment. I love the way the colors, the purple and the blues really mix nicely together. These are fun little sets. I love the variety. I love that they can be done in one setting. I enjoy that. Honestly, friends, I've gotten just lost my mojo for bigger paintings anymore. I mean, I will do them eventually, but for now, the miniatures are what I like to do. You know, some people work just on off the canvas projects, which is cool. And I'm finding that doing the miniatures is something that I enjoy for now. Like I said, it may not last forever, but it's good for now. And if it makes you happy, do it. We're on this, I've said it before, we're on this ride for a very short time, so you might as well enjoy it while you're on it. go. That's half the door for the letter Y. Now we'll start on the other half with the letter Y. Keep moving this picture. I always say diamond painting is like the opera. Either you love it or you hate it. Some people love it, like myself. I really enjoy diamond painting. I think it's very therapeutic, very relaxing. Some people find it very tedious and overwhelming when they see all the different colors, when they see, you know, filling in the squares, they just get overwhelmed. Where do they start? Where, you know what I mean? So I always say it's like opera. Either you love it or you hate it. And with opera, there's really no other way to put it. You either love it or you hate it. I love it. I love opera. I don't understand what they're singing, you know, the words that they're singing, but I love the story. I can get the story. And I love the music, even though I don't understand the words. And that's the beauty of the opera. You know, you don't have to be fluent in Italian or whatever, you know, language they happen to be singing in to enjoy the storyline. You know, you can get that from what the actors are doing, their actions, and the tone of the music can indicate what is happening. And if you pay attention to the actors themselves, you can get a good idea. But I love opera music too. Alright, we are moving upwards towards the top of the door frame with the letter Y. Come on, little. There you go. I knew I was going to get it. Just took a moment. I mean, I guess that, you know, you could love it or hate it theory works for a lot of different things. There's just some things that there's no middle ground. Like cilantro. We were just talking about that last night. We had Taco Bell for dinner. Judy treated us. It was a Friday night. She didn't want Todd to have to cook, so she treated us to Taco Bell. And we're actually getting a Chipotle restaurant in our area. I am not a fan. Yes, they do all their stuff fresh and all that. I've had it once. I had a bad reaction from it. So I'd prefer That's one of those, either you love it or you hate it. I also have an aversion to cilantro. I can't stand it. I'm one of those few people that it, I don't know if I'm allergic to it or what, but it is a distinct taste that I can't stand, and they put it in everything. So I'm not a fan. And cilantro is one of those things. Either you love it or you hate it. I think it tastes like melted crayon, to be honest with you. It smells like it too. I can't stand it. I can't stand to be around cilantro. If it calls for it in a recipe, Todd will omit it. Because it is it's the fastest way to ruin a recipe for me. I cannot eat it. That's just one of those things. Either you love it or you hate it, and I hate it. There we go. So we're done with the letter Y. But I guess Judy and Todd want to try Chipotle when they open up here in our town. So jokingly I said, that's fine, enjoy. And right across the street from the Chipotle is a Whataburger. I said, so I'll just have a Whataburger. Because I like those. I guess this might be more of the Carolina blue. I don't know, my friend Sweet Tea could tell me. From Diamond Painting with Sweet Tea. She could give me an idea if it is, which one is Carolina blue. We're down to our last three colors. Once this letter R is filled in, this blue right here, it's gonna go really quickly because the last two colors, there's just a few of each color. So I hope you enjoyed this video so far. If you did, please hit like, please comment, please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notifications. I will, when I put a video out, it will notify you. So, moving along. Oopsie. There we go. Todd ordered from Temu a few weeks ago a stand for his Blackstone. So that came in, he put that together, and then he ordered from Blackstone. They had a special, I don't know if it's in every, like they always offer this special, but 5 products, you get to pick and choose 5 products for $50. So he took advantage of that and got some really nice products for the Blackstone. A cover, he got some different spatulas to use on it. He got, I think, some gloves to use on it. Trying to think of what else. Oh, a regulator for when right now we're using just the small canisters of the gas, but we want to start using like a propane tank. And so there's a special hose with a regulator on it that he got, and that alone is $25. So he did really good picking the other 4 items out. So that came in, and he's been having fun using that black stone. Oh, that's got a little bit of an edge on it, so come on. Alright, you may live there now. Okay. I'm just picking and choosing my battles. That was not one I was gonna involve myself with. All of this one does have a really bad edge. I didn't even realize that. There we go. Sorry, my friend. You're out and this one's in. There we go. So that's helping me move this one too. There we go. Let me go ahead and pick that one up. There. I mean, I'm not having too many problems with these drills. So I'm okay with that. And plus for the price I paid. Really? I'm not going to complain. I will not complain. Judy was fit to be tied the other day. She ordered off of Amazon a bag of dog treats for Spoto because he's been a really good boy since Todd's been having to go to court for jury duty. So she wanted to reward her little god dog. And so she ordered a bag of treats. That's where we usually get these particular treats. Our stores don't usually carry this particular treat that he enjoys, so it's Blue Buffalo. It's a pumpkin and cinnamon cookie. He goes crazy for these things. And they're almost not really soft, but soft enough. They're not that hard, crunchy. So he really likes those. And so she ordered from Amazon, and the bag arrived. It was not in a box. It had the shipping label just slapped right on the side of the bag, and most of the contents in the bag were crushed. She was so livid. She said, yeah, if you want to sprinkle this stuff on his food as a little additive, you're great, because most of it is dust. Crumbs. So she got in contact with Amazon. I have to ask her for a little follow-up information on it, see how it went. Alright, so we're done with the R. We have 2 more colors. The number 1, which is a really pretty brick red color, and then the letter J, which is a white, almost a pearl white color. We'll do the number 1 first, that pretty red color. It's like a mulberry color. And they're just peppered along in the picture as well. There's not many there. So we'll go ahead and start up here. But she was going to get in touch with Amazon and say, hey, that's ridiculous. They just slap a label on the side of a bag of, on a bag of cookies, and you think it's okay. And the bag looked like it went through a war. By the time it got to our doorstep. She didn't blame the driver or anything. It's not his fault. You know, it's probably boxes getting smooshed on top of it. She was not happy. And they're not cheap either. The Blue Buffalo treats are not cheap. But he enjoys them. So I missed a letter L. Funny what you find when you're filling in. There we go. Like I say, there's just a few of these around. Just as a little highlight or a little accent. Or maybe they're berries. I don't know if they're berries or flowers. I don't know. It gives me the color, I put the color in. Come on. There we go. There. That's all of that color. And I am going to grab one of my letter L to fill that in, and then we'll work on the last color. But first, let me pour one letter L out. Just one. Come on. There we go. Okay. Pick that up. And you belonged right here. There we go. Now we're on our last color, which is the letter J. And we're just going to fill in these little highlight areas there. I should remember to bring a little green boat with me when I use this color, because it blends right into the, you'll see in a minute. It blends right into the, you can't barely tell. There you go. So, all right, here we are, last color, only a few to put down. Then we'll call it a day. We'll wrap it up. This has been another fun door. The color blue, my mom's favorite color. Last week I did the color purple on the door, which is my mother-in-law's favorite color. She's no longer with us, neither is my mom. So for those ladies, I did each of those doors. I think next week, Judy likes the color green, and I think I have a green door. I'll have to look. And if I do, that'll be next week's picture. I know these aren't the straightest lines, but that's okay. When you're working with squares, sometimes it just, especially when the squares don't fit the, come on, there we go, I'll just move that up there. Don't fit that great. A little small. Can't get a really straight line, but that's alright. Like I said, I'm the only one looking at them when they're done. So I may get myself a little photo album and put them in a photo album so I can have some way to display them or look at them when I want to. So I've got quite a few that I've already done from different sets, so . 2. Last one coming up. There we go. All right. And that completes that door. Oh, that came out so pretty. Nice. Just put this few drills away. Wonderful. There we go. All right. And that, my friends, is that. Let me pull you back a little bit. Oh, sorry, I keep hitting you. There we go. Oh, that's a pretty color. That's a pretty color blue door. Very nice. I like this collection. Got it from Temu. Really nice collection. And let me just take a peek real quick at the remaining doors that I have. So far, we have these. I'll put that purple one. I'll move these up a little bit and I'll put the purple one down here. There we go. So far in our series, we've done these doors. And let me see, we have a pink one left. There's our green one. We'll do that one next week. That's pretty. So we'll do that one next week. We have a pretty teal door. I like this door. That's pretty. Very springy. Another pink door. Another blue door. Another purple door. That looks like a red door. And then we have that one. So, I hope you enjoyed today's selection of our blue door. Until I see you all again, thank you so much for stopping by. Again, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the video, to the channel, and hit that bell notification. You'll be notified each and every time I post a video. Till I see you all again, have a great day. God bless. Happy crafting. Goodbye now.